Hey there, and welcome to your First Alert Weather Plus forecast on what has been a very busy couple of days. We had that strong storm that came in, dropped record rainfall across much of southwest Idaho. And as we look ahead to the rest of the work week, a couple of showers may linger from that system Thursday and Friday, mostly along the Idaho-Nevada border. For most places, sunshine will dominate for the rest of the week and on into the weekend. And that means summer-like warmth will return just in time for the unofficial end to summer, Labor Day, this coming Monday. I did want to take a moment, though, and reflect back on that storm system that came through. A couple of notable storm notes, if you will, from Tuesday and Wednesday. So, of course, a heavy rain fired up Tuesday afternoon, early evening. A weather station around Lucky Peak, right between Lucky Peak and Arrow Rock Reservoir, measured just over 5 inches. 5 inches of total precipitation from 5 p.m. Tuesday to 11 a.m. on Wednesday. Half of that fell in a 2-hour time frame on Tuesday evening. Just phenomenal, excuse me, especially considering that this is the month of August, typically our driest month. So here's the other note I wanted to point out. This week we saw the 2nd and 5th highest ever measured water content in the atmosphere over southwest Idaho. So that means the National Weather Service, they send their weather balloons up twice a day. They take what's called a sounding or a reading of the atmosphere, and it does measure precipitable water. So all the water available in that column of air, if you were to condense it all down, how much you would get out of that column is that total precipitable water value, is how much available moisture there is. So we saw the 2nd highest 5th readings ever at the Boise airport, not just in August, but ever. So pretty phenomenal moisture content out there. And then we had that lifting mechanism of that disturbance that acted like the ringing mechanism of that saturated sponge-like atmosphere, just wrung all of that rain out. And that did lead on Wednesday to record rainfall for Boise and Ontario. Boise picked up just over ½ inch of rain on Wednesday. Ontario, 0.7 of an inch, shattering previous rainfall records for that day. So it was a pretty phenomenal system, all things considered. Good news is, if maybe it was too much too soon, as it was in many of our higher elevations, we did see some debris flows that shut down Highway 21. We don't have much in the way of rain coming in after Thursday. A lingering chance again in southwest Idaho, far southern Idaho. Maybe a couple pop-up showers and storms over the higher elevations as that system exits off. After that, it is smooth sailing, nothing but sunshine overhead, dry and quiet conditions as we head into the month of September. I know this is also a big week. A favorite late summer activity is that Spirited Boise Balloon Classic. The first day, Kids Day on Wednesday, was canceled because of that heavy record-setting rain in Boise. The good news is, from Thursday through Saturday mornings, the winds will be light, temperatures comfortable, skies will be mostly clear outside of some fog potentially Thursday morning because of all that moisture. That's about the only wrinkle in this forecast. So mornings for the next several days should be good for those balloon launches. Of course, they don't decide if they won't launch until right before in the morning. But again, I'm not seeing anything too concerning that would keep those balloons from liftoff or from the glow night on Friday night as well. Things are looking perfect for that. Here's our big picture setup. So we have high pressure lurking down to the southeast and what looks like a pretty strong area of low pressure, a storm system off to the west. But this is really not going to have much impact. It will try, but it's not going to have much at all. So high pressure really becomes our dominant weather feature. This will amplify in from the south, taking us into Labor Day weekend. You can see by Sunday, this low pressure system has drifted closer to the west coast. It's going to try to start moving into the Pacific Northwest, but it kind of bumps up against that ridge of high pressure and then starts moving back out to the west. And so again, we stay very dry, sunny and warm. We don't see many impacts, if any at all, from that system coming in. So not much on the horizon as far as impact. So let's talk temperatures, shall we? Since there's not much to look at in the way of precipitation across the Northwest, here's that outlook for the end of the week and the start of Labor Day weekend. So we'll be in the 80s across the Snake Plain on Thursday, mid 70s up in the mountains. Along the west coast, temperatures will get pretty toasty. 88 for Portland on Thursday. Flip this over to Friday. Portland likely up to 90 degrees. Seattle at 85 will still be very pleasant in the 80s from Boise out to Twin Falls. Our mountain locations pushing 80. Places like McCall on Friday. Hot for the end of the work week at 94 degrees in Lewiston. Looking ahead to the start of the weekend, our final weekend of August, 90 in Boise, 81 in McCall, even hotter hotter up in Lewiston with mid-90s there. We'll see 80 in Idaho Falls off to the east, and temperatures start to moderate just a little bit, get a bit more comfy for Portland and Seattle with upper 70s to low 80s there. And again, sunshine should dominate for most areas, so really pleasant heading into that 3-day weekend, which for a lot of us does spell the end of summer. Monday, Labor Day the 1st, is the kickoff to meteorological fall, but astronomical fall, which is what we all kind of count as the real fall kickoff, is not until September 22nd. So still a few weeks to go. If you maybe are planning one last camping trip up in the mountains to celebrate the end of summer, conditions could not be better. Just gorgeous. Around 80 with sunshine Saturday and Sunday. Labor Day itself, temperatures climb even further into the mid-80s. Maybe a couple clouds coming and going, but that's about it. Magic Valley, same setup. A couple clouds here and there. Some fog Thursday morning. That might be the only little weather wrinkle, though, in our forecast. Looking at Labor Day, up to 87 degrees, and we stay in those mid-80s as we head into the first few days of September. And then same scenario for the Boise area, just a little bit hotter than what we'll see in the Magic Valley. So lingering chance of a shower or storm on Thursday. Again, I don't anticipate it having much impact on the Treasure Valley, mostly far to our south. And then temperatures start to climb until we reach 92 on Sunday. We'll stay in those low 90s for the Labor Day holiday. If you have a barbecue planned, perfect for that. Not even all that hot to be outside. If your community pool is still open, I think some pool days will be in order as well. And if you like sunshine and 90 degrees, you'll be a happy camper next week, as it looks like that will be the trend at least through Wednesday. Thanks so much for tuning into this First Alert Weather Plus forecast. We'll see you next time.